Good morning. I've got a story to tell you if you care to listen in. This story is about a guy, he's on his way home from work, and he gets a phone call, and it's his wife. And she said, "Honey, would you stop and pick up a couple things for me at the store?" And he said, "Well, I really don't want to, but I'll do it because I love you." So he gets to the store and he's walking around, looking for this and that. And he's walking down an aisle. And all of a sudden he hears, "Hey, Mom, I'm over here." Well, it about startled him. And he looked up and he saw a young man standing there in the aisle. And he looked right at him and he said, "Hey, how are you?" He said, "I'm good." He said, "What's your name?" He said, "My name's Danny." He said, "Danny, how old are you?" And about that time, Danny's mom walked around the corner and he said, "Mom, how old am I?" And she said, "Well, Danny, you're 14. And the man said, "Well, that's awesome, Danny." He said, "My name's Steve." And Danny says, "Like Steve-O?" He says, "That's right, Danny, just like Steve-O." Well, the mom said, "Danny, go ahead and let this nice man pass on by." Well, Steve just looked at Danny. He said, "Danny, what do you like to do to have fun?" Well, Danny just lit up because he was happy that Steve was talking to him. And he said, "Well, I like to go fishing. I like to go camping. I like to play baseball. And I love yo-yos." He said, "That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking for a new yo-yo." Well, about that time, Danny just went on down the aisle. And Steve was standing there with his mama, and she said to him, "Sir, that sure was nice of you to sit there and talk to my son. Most people don't want to talk to Danny. They see him and either they'll run off and go the other way or do whatever they can do to avoid him." He said, "Why is it that you stopped and talked to him?" And he thought for a minute and don't even know where it came from. And he said, "Well, ma'am, it's kind of like flowers, like roses, There's lots of different colors of roses. There's white and pink and yellow and red. But every now and then you come across a blue one. And when you see that blue one, you just want to stop and adore it and look at it because you don't see them every day. They're special. Just like Danny is special." Man, she looked at him and she said, "Well, who are you?" And he said, "Well, I'm probably just a dandelion in God's garden." Ain't that right? Well, it tells us in the Word, and as those who have been chosen of God, holy and beloved, put on a heart of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. See, if we'd all be kind to one another, despite our differences or our handicaps, and just show love for one another, this world would sure be a better place, and we'd all be like a purple flower. So God bless you, and have a good day.